Hi, and welcome back to Finally Revealed and this week's episode of Be the Change. Well, lots of things have changed since we were here last week, and this week I want to address those in a kind of a different way. We're each on our individual journeys. We realize that we are all connected. We realize that the change that we are implementing in our lives, in whatever fashion it is impacting other people. And now that people are in close quarters within their families, not so much in the workplace or out socializing, we have a unique opportunity to impact the people most dear to us in our personal lives. So it's a unique opportunity to realize that as we also then impact our greater world by changes that we choose to implement. So this week, I want you to realize how you impact those people. And when people are in close quarters, regardless of if it's the love of your life, people can get on your nerves. And when there are external factors that are brought in by virtue of kids not getting to see their friends, people worried about wages, people concerned in general about health, and it just brings up a lot of fear. Each person reacts in different ways. The goal is to not react in a very healthy person, but sometimes you can't prepare for things, and so there is a reaction. What we can each do is look inside ourselves and reinforce ourselves. Find a way to be calm. Instead of chasing after someone, telling them to stop being on social media or watching TV, or the other way, if you are joining in and you find that things are spiraling up into a frenzy with your group of people because they're constantly online, they're constantly watching the TV, or they're on social media, see if you can pull back a little bit. You don't need to say anything to them and try to force somebody else to do this, but if you can, just pick a couple of these things. I'll give you some suggestions. Get some physical space. Set aside, if you're home and you're whether or not you're working from home, but if you're physically in the home and you're spending the majority of your time there now, get outside, take a walk. Start out doing it just on your own, and others might accompany you at some point. Go into a different room. Set a schedule so that you are, getting dressed, cleaning up your house, taking care of work, planning, crafts, hobbies, reading, watching Netflix, whatever it is you're doing, do it in a more structured way to get yourself on a routine. Sometimes people just get their world turned upside down when they're out of their normal routine because it brings in some uncertainty and might bring some anxiety. If that applies here, get into a regular routine. You don't need to have everyone else join in with this, but watch what happens. Very small changes can impact the people around you fairly quickly. So maybe that will help you get into a schedule. That might help you yourself. And then as you get in kind of a routine, your mood might lift. If your mood has been a little bit shaky, you might interact with people a little bit differently. And by getting a little bit of space a couple of times a day, you'll get some perspective, and that will help you move back into the battle zone, into the family dynamic, and give you a little bit more grounding. We get grounded by meditating. We can get grounded by being outside in nature. We can get grounded by quieting our thoughts, and we can get grounded by working on creative endeavors. If you're working on your new Be the Change, and you are working on your change and you can't do everything that you were working on before the quarantine, there are some things that you can do. What are those few things that you can do? set aside some time and keep going, because it's something that you want to do and it's part of your new purpose. So don't give it up. Keep going. One other thing to try is listen to people. Hear them out. Don't argue with them. You don't have to agree with them. Let them express themselves. You don't need to offer help. You can ask them if they want help with something, but let them express themselves. Different people react in different ways to unusual or changed circumstances. Allowing that person to have some space might be the first time. And as somebody starts talking about a topic, or maybe someone doesn't talk, and maybe if you could help them to express themselves without judgment and just let them talk, that might help them calm themselves down. There seems to be a whole lot of fear, and we can go two ways. You can go love, you can go fear. And fear is in many forms: anxiety and uncertainty and worry. And if you get off that train and you calm yourself, you schedule yourself, and you let them express themselves, you might find that you might be onto something. So keep going with your change. I'm redoing what I'm working on. It's in a whole different way, and some things that I was working on now, they're becoming more important. We reshuffled things around a little bit, so there'll be some new things on here for you too. So as always, Big Brass is the channel for business, and I have some suggestions there for business owners during this time also. Give me a thumbs up if you learned something, or if you liked this video and it helped you. Share it with someone it might benefit. Leave any comments below. How are you guys doing while we're here at home? Are there things that I could help you? I'm doing some other videos, but are there some other things on here that I could help you with while we're in this situation? Subscribe if you haven't, and welcome to all the new subscribers. It's just the community is continuing to grow, and I love it. And I love your interaction with each other, and I love the curiosity and the questions, so keep them coming. Have a great week. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.